look, my lord, comes. It beckons you to go away with it, as of some impartment to desire to you alone.
Look, with courteous action it wafts you towards more removed ground, but do not go with it.
No, by no means.
Why? What should be the fear? It waves me forth again. I'll follow it.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast and fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house. I could a tale unfold, whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy two eyes like stars apart from spheres. Thy knotted and combined locks depart, and each particular hair to stand on end, like quills upon the fretful porcupine. But this eternal blazon must not be. To ears of flesh and blood, list, list, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love.
Oh God!
Revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul, and as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I, with wings as swift as meditation, or the thoughts of love, may sweep to my revenge.
But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life, now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle!
I, that incestuous, that adulterous beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts, O wicked wits and gifts, that have the power to seduce, one to his shameful lust, the will of my most scheming, virtuous queen. O Hamlet, what a falling off was there! Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But now, howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Let her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge, to prick and sting her. Bear thee well at once. The glowworm shows the matin to be near, and gins to pale his ineffectual fire. Adieu, 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 remember me.
Look ye, sir, inquire me first, what bankers are in Paris, and how, and who, what means and where they keep, what company, at what expense, and finding by drift of question that they do know my son. Do you mark this, Rinaldo?
Very well, my lord.
Mark you, your party in converse, him you would sound, having ever seen in the predominant crimes the youth. You breathe of guilty. Be assured, he closes with you in this consequence. Good sir, or so, or friend, or according to the phrase, or the addition of man and country.
Well, my lord.
Farewell.
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
My lord, as I was in my sewing closet, Lord Hamlet, with a look so piteous and comport, comes before me.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist, and held me hard, long stayed to be so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised his sigh so piteous and profound. That done, he lets me go. Out the door he went.
Come, go with me. I will seek the king.
And can you, by no drift of conference, get from him why he puts on this confusion, grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulent and dangerous lunacy?
He does confess. He feels himself distracted, but from what cause will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with crafty madness keeps aloof when would bring him on to some confession of his true state.
'Tis most true, and he beseeched me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
Good gentlemen, give him a further edge and drive his purpose into these delights.
We shall, my lord.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and, by opposing, end them. To die, to sleep no more. And by a sleep to say we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that the flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. The respect that makes calamity of so long a life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrongs, the proud man's contumely, the pains of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietest make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others that we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with disregard their currents turn awry, and lose the name of action. Soft you now, the fair Ophelia. Nymph, in thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Heavenly powers restore him.
Ophelia meets with Hamlet, observed whether or not his madness is caused by love. Polonius and Claudius then follow Ophelia as she wanders out to be met by Hamlet. Hamlet is initially kind, but then denies ever having loved her.
Will come straight. Look, you lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your great grace hath screened and stood between him and much heat. I'll sconce me even here. Pray you, be round with him.
Mother, mother, mother!
I'll warrant you, fear me not. Withdraw, I hear him coming.
Now, mother, what is the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the root, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and, would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay then, I'll set those to you that you can speak.
Come, and sit you down, you shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass, where you may see the inmost part of you.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help!
What ho, help!
Hey now, a rat? Dead, for a ducat, dead!
Oh, I'm slain.
Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king? Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell.
And so have I, father lost, a sister driven into desperate terms, whose worth, if praises, may go back again, to challenge her on mount for all the age, for her perfections, but my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull, that we can let our beard be shook with danger and think it pastime. But to the quick of the ulcer, Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself your father's son indeed, more than in word?
To cut his throat in the church.
Place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. But, good Laertes, will you do this? Keep close within your chamber.
Do it, and for that purpose I'll anoint my sword. I brought an unction of a mountebank, so mortal that, but dip a knife in it, where it draws blood, no cataplasm so rare, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
Think of this. We'll make a solemn wager on your cunning, I hat. When in your motion you are hot and dry, as make your bouts more violent. To that end,
And that he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there.
One woe doth tread upon another's heel. So fast they follow. Your sisters drown, Laertes.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. Adieu, my lord. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that this is folly doubted.
Come and take this hand from me.
This likes me well. These foils are all the length. Come, sir.
Come, my lord.
One.
Judgment.
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well again.
Stay. Give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy health. Give him the cup.
Out first. Set it by a while. Come. What say you?
A touch, I do confess.
Our son shall win. Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you, pardon me.
It is the poisoned cup. It is too late now.
Have at you now.
Hark them! They're incensed! They are incensed.
Come again!
Ho, how is Laertes?
Why, as a woodcock to mine own spring, or sir, I am justly killed with mine own treachery.
No, the drink! Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink, I am poisoned.
Let the doors be locked. Treachery. Seek it out.
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand.
Venoms too? Then venom to thy work!
Hey friends, I am but hurt.
Thou incestuous, murderous, damned dame, drink off this potion. Is thy union here? Follow my mother.
In forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's dead. Come not upon me, nor thine on mine.
Poison quite o'erpros my spirit. I cannot live to hear the news from England, but I do prophesy the election lights on Fortinbras. He has my dying voice, so tell him, with the occurrence, more and less, which has solicited. The rest is silence.